It's got the same stuff in it. You have to figure out the fruit and all that stuff. So the odds of Boobies getting boned by a Jack-in-a-Box in the beginning and then a fruit not being there when he gets there is huge. But I want to personally test just how fast these guys are. So as you can see, Boobies still toddles a little bit quicker than all of them. Even though we do get shafted on the outside lane every time, which sucks. But let's see. If we get hit with a Jack-in-a-Box here, I'm just going to quit. Oh my god, we're good. We could win a race because we don't get boned by the system. Come on, Boobies. We do lack a little bit. We probably won't be quite as good at these guys in power and flying. But considering those are the two least important out of the main ones, because like, you can't really count stamina. As long as your Chao doesn't give out and die on the field, his stamina is fine. But so out of the two main ones, we are good at running and swimming, and those, like I've said 1,000 times, are the best out of the two. We're a little bit lacking in the power and flying department, but I think we'll be okay overall because we're better at the better ones, on the ones that matter more. So go Boobies, go! But we're kicking their ass. All it takes is to not get boned at the very beginning, and it sucks because I think on the GameCube version, if you would restart races, the Jack in the Boxes would randomize. But when I would restart races on here, if it would have hit just me every time, I would have been okay. I would have been like, okay, Boobies is just dumb. That's why we're getting hit with the Jack-in-the-Box. So he just has really bad luck. That's why we're getting hit with the Jack-in-the-Box. But it was hitting the same Chao every single time I fired it up. So I don't know if maybe when that happens, if I have to exit the whole Chao world and come back in, maybe that will reload it and make it random again. I have no idea, but I'm going to have to find a fix for that because that sucks. Because it's like if I'm getting smacked at the very beginning of the race to make it really, really hard to come back, why would I not just kick it out and start it over, you know what I mean? And not get smacked in the face at the beginning. But no, he's doing good now. We're way ahead of those guys. And we're coming up on Crab Pool, and we're going to take off and swimming from them. Let's see if he's actually smart now. There has to be Triangle Fruit because we're the first one here. For once. So let's see if he's smart enough to figure this out. And like I said, how long it takes him to do this is based on smarts. And then whether or not he actually picks the right fruit when he gets up here is based on smarts. So if your Chao's not smart, hey, Boobies, he's going to the right one. You're not retarded. Just a little slow. But yeah, whether or not he goes for it. So if your Chao is like really dumb, he'll take longer than everyone else looking for fruit. So like if they all get there at the same time, all the other Chao will beat him. And then even if the right fruit's still there, then he'll pick the wrong fruit, get smacked on the head by Omo Chao, and lay there for like, I mean, you know, like 10 seconds before he gets up. But we're doing good. We're way ahead of those guys. I was a little peeved after the last two races, but he's picking it up this one. We're doing good. And it's just, it all has to come down to that stupid Jack-in-the-Box. Because if it wasn't for the Jack-in-the-Box, he would have been picking the right fruit, because the right fruit still would have been there. When he got up there, at least he would have had a better chance to pick the right fruit, obviously. I can't guarantee you he would have, but he would have been picking the right fruit when he got up there, and we still would have been well in those races. That sucks. I might go back to those other two since I've done this race. Maybe that'll reset the Jack-in-the-Box and we won't get boned in the beginning. If not, I don't know what I'll try. But I'll figure it out, don't you worry. As you can hear, the Chao music has been upgraded a little bit. I believe it changes. I might be wrong on that, but I believe the challenge race has its own specific theme. The Jewel races might. I'm not sure on that. I wasn't paying much attention. And here's the last part. Here's the part we haven't seen yet because I quit out of the other races before we got here, but we're so far ahead it won't matter anyways. So you come up to all these, all the striped lanes in the ending, or on the end here, and your Chao picks a lane, right? And he has to pick a lane no other Chao's been through, but since we're first, we take our pick. We can have anyone we want. And this one is solely luck. It's not smart. Your Chao can't see it coming. But some of these lanes you can run through just fine, and other lanes you'll drop into a hole and have to climb out. So you can be to the very end, like neck and neck with a Chao, and your Chao might drop into a hole, and the other Chao might have randomly picked a lane that they didn't drop into a hole, and they'll win the race because of that. And that's just, like I said, the luck stat is what it comes down to, because your Chao does have the hidden luck stat, so you can improve that if you want, but really the only remedy you can do is making your Chao faster and better. So that way it doesn't come down to that, is what you want to hope in the end, at least. But yeah, that was a challenge race. As you can see, after beating one challenge race, we unlocked another one. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to have a look real quick. Next one will be called He Returns. And we've got the same eyes. We're not going to take on that one just yet because I don't think we're quite ready, but the challenge race does take place on that huge map every single time, so that's something to keep an eye out for, keep in mind. And we're going to go do the hero race. Well, now there's hero and dark races, and like I said, in hero races, Dark Chao cannot compete. So that's why we don't see Shadow here, and I thought I had one other Dark Chao. Maybe not, but that's why we don't see Shadow here, just because Shadow can't compete in these. These are hero race. Well, they're hero races, so that doesn't mean hero Chao only. That just means no Dark Chao, which is why I kept Boobies neutral, because I want him to do hero and dark races. So yeah, let's try Boobies out in one of these. So the first one, New Battle Baby Devil. As you can see, there's far fewer of these, so the skill gap is even further ahead in these ones. So, like, I could probably win this race. If I were to win this race pretty handily, I still probably wouldn't be able to beat the next race without leveling my Chao up more. As you can see, we get a dark theme mix for this. Race is not quite as long as the challenge races, which I think is a nice change of pace, at least for what we've been doing lately. The place is dark themed. If you can't tell, this is Stumo Valley. This is the beginner race where you, the beginner running race, but they've dark themed it up a bit. I like that. So even though this is the hero race, you might be wondering why are we facing Dark Chao, and that's just it. This is the battle of hero versus dark, or neutral versus dark if you don't pick a hero Chao. But that's the whole theme around it, I'm guessing, is that your hero Chao will take on Dark Chao. And then in the dark races, of course, vice versa. Your Dark Chao will be facing a bunch of cool-looking, angel-y hero Chao. Now this one's Baby Devil. So as you can tell by the balls on their head, oh, we tripped. As you can tell by the balls on their head, none of these Chao have evolved yet. And the more we play, they will eventually. You'll start to see the spike balls on their head. The further we get, fuck you guys fell. But the more we play, you'll see it more. You'll see them when they evolve, and then you'll see first evolutions and what those look like on almost every type of Chao, and then you'll see second evolutions and what those look like on almost every type of Chao. It gets really interesting the further we get into it. The Chaos change so much. As Boobies will change as he gets older too. We are the one, like, holy white Chao just running among these guys, and we give so little of a shit, our eyes are only half open. But yeah, looks like we've got this one. Again, that superior running stat. Just taking all the names. And then there's no luck based in this one, I'm like 99% sure of, so you'll never fall into a hole. At least in this race. It might change in other races. Other dark races or hero races or whatever, but in the first level one, you can kind of tell because we never did the Jack in the Box because we didn't have to guess fruit. That's pretty much how I knew that there was going to be nobody falling in a hole in that last one there. There you go, that was a dark race. Now we move on to the hero race. And after that, I think I'm going to loop back around and try that jewel race again and hope, or no, we did the hero race, excuse me. Now we're going to move on to the dark race. But after that, I think I'm going to loop back around to the jewel race. And, oh, here we go, all the hero Chao are gone. So we have Shadow here. Of course, these got rusty and shit. And then, yeah, but no Soul anymore. And no Phelps either. Because they're not allowed to compete. Holy crap, Shadow's almost got 1,000 in running. That's insane. Anyways, come on, Boobies. New Battle Baby Angel, of course, is the flip side. And we're going to blend in with these guys a lot better because they're white. So that's what hero Chao look like. And of course, you can hear the angel theme. Now, I'm not going to lie. Like I said before, my first Chao that I raised a whole bunch and those two Chao are identical. Paid a lot of attention to. He was a hero Chao, so I never actually got to do the dark races. So that's something to keep in mind. But this is the exact same race we just did with the dark Chao, except this one's been heroed up, and there's a bunch of like happy mushrooms and shit around here. There's like 3 Chao with that creepy smile on their face, though. Angel Chao should not have that weird-ass smile. It just doesn't look right. I don't think Angel when I look at that. I think that like a demon child or something. Now, who am I to talk? I have a flame above my head, but you know what I mean. Just enjoy the change in soundtrack. I don't know why we keep hugging the outside. That screwed us on that last corner. We lost a lot of ground because we took the outside-most corner. Heard somebody trip. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, exact same race as before, so this one is a running only race, so that's really the only stat you gotta worry about. Like I said, in future ones, it will be mixes. It will be kind of like the challenge race, and then there's a bunch of routes they come up with for these races, so don't think it's gonna be the exact same race every single time, but for a lot of the challenge races, it'll be that one big one, and then of course, the Onyx and whatever one. The one that are based on the jewel races that are based on brains and luck, and then general ability. Those will never change, obviously, because the jewel races are locked in place on what the course is going to be like. But another clean victory for Boobies. We got a few seconds on second place too. And like I said, we won that one fairly handily, but there is probably no way I would be able to take on the second level of those races and even be close to winning. I'd probably be like struggling for like 8th or something, because that's just how big, because there's only 5 races, and your Chao, I mean, your Chao can go up to level 100, and we're only like level 20 and stuff. So yeah, it's a rough road moving on from that. But let's go try these other ones again and hope we don't get Jack in the Box in our face, because that sucks. Let's try Onyx and Diamond. I gotta remember that. Of course, the jewel races are named after all jewels, if you haven't picked that up yet. Onyx, Diamond, Topaz, I don't remember the other races, but... Come on. Don't jackbox my face. We got this. They're gonna figure it out before us. Jackbox, it's the same Chao. It's still the same. Those are the exact same ones that got hit last time. So I guess I'm just not gonna win an Onyx or Diamond race until after my Chao's so much better that he overcomes getting hit by Omo Chao later on in the race, because there's none of the right fruit left and the Jack in the Box thing. So I guess we're just not gonna be doing those. But yeah, those are the races. Let's go ahead and take on the karate now. Of course, I have to do it just because I want him to get the little medal thing for it, but he is gonna crap stomp the beginner level karate. Like, this is just gonna be bad, so I'm probably just gonna speed this up and just let it play out, because he is just gonna, I mean, you know, Boobies is just gonna curb stomp all these Chaos, so I think I'm just gonna speed this one up. So get ready for super fast mode. Okay, and Boobies cake walked the shit out of that one. So let's move on to something that might actually be a challenge, shall we?